Hello everyone, my name is Kokhi and today I'm super excited because I get to share 5 techniques that I use on the Xperia smartphone to create my short form video content for Instagram Reels, but also for Instagram Stories as well. Hopefully by the end of this video, you'd learn how to use your smartphone in a creative way to up your content creation skills. So the phone I'll be using in this video is the Sonyxperiamobilefan 5, which Sony just recently announced. And other than this phone though, I do usually use the Xperia Pro I, which has the 1-inch sensor, and hence why it's hard to pass on. I'm kind of addicted to that phone. But yeah, let's dive right into the first trick that I use, which is exposure lock. This is when you expose your videos to the highlights by purposely underexposing your videos. This trick is simple but very effective, and I think everyone should know about it. By simply sliding the exposure slide on the basic mode or changing the settings within the manual mode, you can have the camera exposed to the bright areas of the frame. This creates more contrast and pulls the focus on specific areas of the frame, creating this cinematic and moody video. I use this technique in almost all my videos, especially for scenes that have a higher contrast between the highlights and the shadows, aka the dark areas and the bright areas. A little tip would be to always adjust according to the environment and not go too overboard with the underexposure. This also results in a loss of details in the highlights, which you do not want. The second trick is my favorite trick, and this is the Wigglegram. This is an effect where multiple photos play back and forth, creating a 3D-like animation, which is also known as GIF. On the Xperia, you can use the burst mode to shoot the subject, and if you add the pan slide motion to your liking, you get this cool 3D animated effect. To create this, all you need to do is tap that burst button and then hit that create an animation option, and that's it. It literally takes seconds and you have a Wigglegram. You can create a bunch of these and mash them together for a reel and get creative, or post it on your stories as a single piece. A little tip will be to add grids to your display and use both hands for stability. It's very good to keep the subject in center, and always keep or have the subject still because you don't want movement in the subject. And yeah, let's move on to the third trick, which is the slow motion. We all know what slow motion to an extent at the very least, but it's when you capture a video in a higher frame rate in order to slow it down later on. This is great for fast moving subjects or when you really want to emphasize on a particular moment. If you use the 120 FPS and capture a subject, it's easy to create a very cinematic and aesthetic video. You can even step it up and use a phone gimbal to further stabilize your footage. For the slow motion videos, you can use it as a one-take shot and make a simple reel out of it. But I do love creating and watching that layered video where you have multiple videos playing at slow motion in a single frame. This is a great way to show off your cinematic slow motion clips and to tell a story within a one single multi-layer frame. It will also boost up your engagement for the video, as most people will tend to watch it over and over again to see every single frame. For the fourth trick, this is a flash and movement combination photography. This is also called motion blur photography. Since this is a stylized look, I don't think it's for everyone. And in fact, when I first started out photography, I didn't know why this was even a thing. I think this is a neat little trick to use for street photography or taking photos of friends. You can really use the motion to express and show movement in a single image. And all you have to do is turn the flash on and slide in and out while you kind of rotate your phone. And there you have it. You just created a pretty cool vertigo effect, motion blur photography. So yeah, give it a shot. But last but not least, let's move on to the final trick, which is the hyperlapse. This trick is a very useful trick, and I've been using it a lot in my travels. And it's when you record a video with a fixed point of interest with the intent of speeding it up later. It's simple but very effective and interesting to watch, as you can showcase much of the environment in just seconds. All you need to do is just walk towards a subject with a specific point of interest, keep that point all throughout the video and shoot away. Or if you have a gimbal, it's a little easier, but the built-in stabilization does a great job, so you can kind of get away with it. But yeah, remember to turn on stabilization if you're doing that. But yeah, if you're really going handheld, it's really important to not rush things because they can potentially introduce micro jitters and unwanted shake within the camera. And another tip would be to put the grids or markers on the display so you can easily keep the ideal frame all throughout the recording. And there you have it, guys, my top 5 techniques that I use on the Xperia to create fun and engaging content for Instagram. Let me know which one you guys like the most and what you'll be using or trying out. And yeah, if you have any questions, leave it in the comments below. And like always, stay safe, stay curious, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.